What up, world? EstablishedRich coming right back at you. Last night, I called in the Doggie Diamond show, and they were having a conversation about why people hate Claressa Shields so much. And what started as a conversation about Claressa turned into a bigger subject for me. How we let a small amount of negativity become louder than all the love around us. But before I even called in, a woman called into the show and gave her opinion on where she thinks a lot of the negativity towards Claressa is coming from. And what she said definitely got the conversation going.
What do you think the issue is with Claressa? Why people dislike her?
Well, I want to clarify, it's not people, it's black women.
Oh, damn. Go ahead.
It's not people, it's sisters. We got to have a come to Jesus moment, because most of us, with the exception of Bucky Beaver, because he's the only one that always got smoke for her. 50 Cent, he's the only black man that I see hating on her.
Damn.
But it's black women that hate her, which is funny because it's like y'all hate her and y'all using the Remy thing, but you don't support Remy whack-ass music.
Damn.
So it can't be because of Remy. I'm sorry. But it can't be because of Remy that y'all hate her, because y'all also love Portia Williams, and she's a homebreaker.
They love Alicia Keys too.
So, y'all love Alicia Keys too. And that's where the internalized, I think, colorism. I think Charleston White touched on that the other day.
See, I was
for a chick to be,
I was gonna go there. If she was light skinned, with a BBL.
Right. If she fit that aesthetic that a lot of black women are now chasing, they wouldn't have a problem with her. But because she's an average looking regular black woman who look like most of us out here, she ain't got all the weed. You know, she a little IEP-ish sometimes. You know, she a little awkward.
You a little what?
Confidence, and they hate that. She a little IEP-ish. Like
what the hell is that?
A little special.
Oh, okay.
You know, like she's special needs a little bit. You know,
but she get punched in the head for a living. Of course she gonna be a little off. What the fuck?
Yeah. But you know, she's like a little awkward when she be trying to be sexy and stuff and come off as a little cringy.
Right.
But she's supposed to feel like, she's supposed to be confident. And for black women, for all of us, we always talking about how people always trying to tear us down, black men trying to tear us down. In my 38 years of living, I'm starting to honestly see what a lot of black men have been saying about it. I don't want to take over your show.
No, you're gonna end up being a co-host one night for this shit. Woo!
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say every black woman feels a certain way about Claressa, but I do think there's something to talk about when you see how personal the criticism has become. A lot of times it stops being about boxing. Now we're talking about how she looks, her body, her hair, her man, whether she's feminine enough, whether she thinks too highly of herself. And that is where I started looking at the conversation different. Because Claressa don't look like she's walking around trying to fit everybody else's expectations. She looks like a regular black woman. She ain't walking around with a face full of makeup all the time trying to present some image. And she still carries herself like she knows exactly who she is. And I think that kind of confidence can make some people uncomfortable.
Yo, you on the line with Doggie Diamonds. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is E out of Atlanta. What's up, dog?
Atlanta, what's going on? So are you pro Claressa or anti?
I got love for Claressa.
Okay.
I want to give my take on why I think she's getting the hate she gets.
Go ahead.
And doggy, this is something you mention all the time. Like when you see somebody come up in their journey and they finally make it, sometimes people seeing her come in the game, she wasn't dressing, she wasn't putting on makeup, she was carrying herself in a way that women respected at that time. Once she decided she wanted to get into the baddie world and become more feminine, in my opinion, that's when the hate started, along with the Papoose situation. But I think women are mad that she has confidence in herself and she thinks she's a beautiful woman. I think they want her to calm down. You're not all of that. You're not that pretty. You don't dress well. I mean, I see the comments all day long. She can do nothing right in some people's eyes.
So let me ask you something. And all right, somebody trying to call in. Let me get them more callers. I appreciate that call. I agree with you. I want to ask the audience something. Stay in the chat, bro. Listen to me. I'm gonna ask this and then tell me what you think in the chat.
No doubt.
Thank you.
That's really what I was trying to say. Somebody can look at Claressa and think, I look better than her. I'm shaped better than her. I would never wear my hair like that. And then here she comes walking around with more confidence than they have. And I think that can bother people because in their mind they thinking, if I have all these things I think she doesn't have, why does she feel better about herself than I feel about me? That is when somebody else's confidence can start feeling like an insult to a person who isn't completely comfortable with themselves. And that ain't just women. Men do the same thing. You see somebody who you don't think is smart as you, better looking than you are, more talented than you, but they walk in the room believing in themselves and you don't. Now, instead of asking yourself why you don't feel that good about yourself, it becomes easier to start picking them apart. She ain't pretty. She ain't built like that. She talk too much. She doing too much. But maybe the real question isn't why she thinks she's all that. Maybe the real question is why her thinking so highly of herself bothers you. And I'm not saying Claressa is above criticism. She can say something I don't agree with. She can get into something online that I think she should have left alone. And she can make bad decisions just like anybody else. But there is a difference between criticizing something somebody did and constantly searching for ways to convince them that they shouldn't think highly of themselves. And after listening to this conversation, Doggie said something to me that ended up being bigger than the whole Claressa situation.
And I'm going to be real with you. This is my right hand up to my ancestors. I've never left a negative comment about nobody. You know why? Because I don't even look at them. I don't even look at them. I spend time with what I like. I spend time with what I like, opposed to commenting on what I don't like. Because when you comment on what you don't like, more than you comment on what you like, you're neglecting what you like. Gabby Douglas got bullied too, as well as Blue Ivy. Y'all was saying Blue Ivy was Drake. Nobody said, oh, she did great on the piano. Y'all was saying, oh, she can't dance. Y'all like giving people complexes about themselves. And at the end of the day, nobody is perfect, but a lot of people are putting their best foot forward, and they're attempting to do what many of you are afraid to do.
That right there is what really stuck with me. You have to start focusing more on what you like than what you don't like. And I think a lot of us say we understand that without actually living that way. Let's say you put something online and 10,000 people like it. Then 250 people come through saying something negative. And somehow those 250 people are the ones you spend the rest of the day thinking about. Just look at the numbers. 10,000 people said I like it, and 250 said they didn't. But we will turn around and let the 250 control our whole mood. You can have somebody say, man, I needed to hear that today. Somebody else will say, keep going. And somebody else will tell you they've been supporting you for years. Then one random person says, this shit is trash. And that is the one comment you take to bed with you. And I understand why it happens. Because negativity hits different. When you care about something and somebody says something bad about it, it can get under your skin a lot faster than somebody saying something good. But at some point, you have to start asking yourself, who am I giving my energy to? Because if I get 100 positive comments and 5 negative ones, but I spend all day arguing with the 5, I just show everybody which group has the most power over me. Think about how backwards that is. The people who came to support me get ignored, and the people who came to piss me off get a full conversation. And then we wonder why the negative people keep coming back, when we have basically taught them that negativity is the fastest way to get our attention. They know they can get to you. They know all they have to do is say something crazy, and here you come trying to explain yourself to somebody who was never trying to understand you in the first place. Every negative comment is not a conversation you need to have. Sometimes you're not ignoring somebody because they won. You're ignoring them because your time is worth more than an argument. And this don't just happen online. A lot of us do this with people in real life. You can have 10 people around you telling you that you're doing something good, and then you keep that one person close who always finds something wrong. Every time you share something positive, they got to find a way to make it smaller. You tell them you got 10,000 views, they ask you why it wasn't 100. You get 100,000, they ask why it wasn't 1,000,000. And if you get 1,000,000, they'll find something else to say. At some point, you have to realize some people ain't looking for a reason to be proud of you. They are looking for a reason not to be. And if you keep trying to win that person over, you can miss all the people who already see something good in what you're doing. That brings me back to Claressa. She can win titles, make history, and keep proving herself at the highest level. And there will still be somebody waiting to explain why she's not that good. At some point, what exactly is she supposed to do to make them people happy? Is she supposed to start making herself smaller? Is she supposed to stop saying she's the GOAT because some people don't like hearing it? To me, that makes no sense. She is the one who gets into that ring. She is the one who has to train, take the punches, deal with the pressure, and walk out there knowing that some people are tuning in just to see her lose. So yes, she better believe in herself, because if she leaves her confidence up to the comment section, she gonna be in trouble. And that goes for anybody trying to build something. If you are starting a business, making music, starting a podcast, or anything that puts you in front of people, you have to believe in it before there's enough outside support to make you feel good about it. In the beginning, you might put something out and nobody hardly watches it or buys it. that don't automatically mean you bad at it. It might just mean nobody knows who the hell you are yet. Before the world gives you a reason to believe in yourself, you have to be able to give yourself some first. And even after you start winning, that don't mean the negativity goes away. A lot of times it gets worse because now people can see you. So more people will have an opinion. That's when you have to learn to look at the whole picture. We can have a whole room showing us love, but somehow our eyes find that one person standing in the back with their arm folded. Then instead of enjoying the room, we spend the whole night trying to figure out why that person wasn't clapping. You can drive yourself crazy living like that. At some point, you have to start showing the love more respect. Somebody leaves you a positive comment, talk to that person. If somebody's been supporting you for years, show that person love. We get so busy trying to prove something to people that don't like us that sometimes we forget to appreciate the people that do. And you might not ever change that negative person's mind. And you got to be okay with that. Everybody is not required to like you. Everybody ain't going to understand you. And everybody is definitely not going to celebrate you. If you only pay attention to the noise, you'll start believing something that the numbers don't even support. That is why you have to keep reminding yourself of what is actually going right for you. Look at the people who keep showing up, keep watching, keep subscribing, or keep telling you they proud of you. That counts too. So when I bring it back to Claressa Shields, I think her confidence is one of the reasons she has been able to deal with all this hate she gets. Imagine accomplishing that much and still have people constantly trying to explain to you why you shouldn't think so highly of yourself. That would break a lot of people. And I think there are some people who would actually like to see her break. They would like to see her stop talking with the same confidence, stop saying she's the GOAT, and finally start looking at herself through their eyes. That is exactly what she can't do. She has to be able to look at her own life and say, I know what I did, I know how hard I worked, and I know what it took for me to get here. And I don't think there is anything wrong with that, especially when some of the hardest negativity is coming from your own people. So the biggest thing I took from Doggie's conversation wasn't really about Claressa. It was about learning how to count the right people. Stop giving more energy to the people who want to tear you down than you give the people who have been holding you up. And most importantly, don't let somebody else's opinion of you become stronger than your opinion about yourself. Because there will always be somebody who says you overrated. There will always be somebody who says you talk too much. Somebody who thinks you ain't humble. And somebody who just don't like you because you. You can spend your whole life trying to win those people over. Or you can finally look around and realize that there are already people who love what you're doing. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. EstablishedRich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.